We are starting a new series called The Climb. What this is going to be is going from 2100 to 2300 on Lichess. The reason I'm choosing 2300 instead of 2200 is basically because I believe I can get 2300. I think I am that strength if I play actually slowly and actually use my time and actually play well. And we're going to see what happens. We're going to see if we can get there. I'm going to be trying to do 10 plus 5 rapid because every time I try and commentate and record a video like this, I run out of time. So I think 10 plus 5 with that increment, it'll give me enough time. If I need to make a few quick moves, I can. So let's get right into game number 1. All right, game number 1. That did not just have, you guys did not just hear that, but I'm not sure how many people actually play 10 plus 5. So it took about 5 to 10 seconds to get into a game here. Normally it does not take that long. Normally it's about 1 second. But it being kind of fast, that's still okay. So I'm basically going to use this series to kind of talk through my moves, help you guys understand more how I play and what I do and how I'm going to reach 2300. But I'm also going to lock in and actually try for a lot of these. So sometimes when I was doing like the 2000 versus 1000, the difference video, I was maybe talking a little much and not exactly tryharding as much as I'm going to be during this series. This series is basically just to see how exactly I actually play in real games. So I'm not always going to be explaining every single move here. Now this, I don't actually, I've never played this. This is a new position for me. Right away when I played f4 here, I don't normally play that, but normally they played the bishop all the way out. He played it short here, so I was like, okay, let's go with f4. I hope you guys can't hear that. One of my neighbors is drilling something in the background, and I don't know what is going on. I'm going to go ahead. This knight is about to be real displaced. So either it can take my bishop and then we get a whole big trade here. I'm probably just take the bishop and then I'll take the knight back. Or we get something like that. And now I'm thinking actually that he has c6 here. And I didn't realize he had c6 there, but that actually pushes me back and now we can trade off the knight anyway. However, he does not. And this f5, this is something that I get a lot in the Sicilian as well when I'm playing against the Sicilian. I play the Grand Prix with e4, f4, knight f3, kind of similar setup to this. Just that's what I like to play. I like to play with the f pawn out and getting, my rook up and over and everything like that. But a common theme in that opening is queen e1 and queen g3 or queen h4. Obviously here we're not playing queen h4, that's why I say queen g3. And then starting to get the bishop up or just bringing pieces up this way, maybe even some h4, h5, h6, get the rook up and over, start a massive attack. And that's what we're going to be doing in this game, is starting a massive attack. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, white has the chance, or black has the chance to respond to everything we do. Now, that bishop is something that's helpful in these positions when you're attacking. It obviously locks down on the f7 pawn, but I'm always fine trading it off. In some positions, I actually give up the bishop. Like, I'll let them take it, because a lot of times people will bring their knights down this way and then take, and then I'll just keep going with my attack over here. So I have done that before, and it has worked for me before. I've also lost games because of it before. It's a little bit different here since we're not actually attacking yet, but we're getting there. Now, I have a few thoughts. I'd like to obviously play something like this, but his bishop always covers. I'd like to maybe bring the bishop over to g5. I really hope you guys can't hear that. I don't know what they're doing. It sounds like... No, I don't even know what it sounds like. Maybe like some shop vac stuff. It's in the... Yeah, one of my neighbors is doing something that's really loud. And anyways, thinking of some bishop g5 stuff, but I mean, takes, or even not taking, like bishop g5, you just keep going along, maybe even just an h6. And after takes, what do I have there? There's no attack. I lose an attacker. So maybe not that, but knight g5, again, there's just h6 and knight h3. If we want to start rerouting, it's just not good. Like I could maybe go knight f2 and try to get back up, but there's even h5 there. So it's interesting. What if I play h4? h4, if h5, you remove your ability of playing h6. I mean, I maybe have bishop up. I also have knight up then to g5, and it kind of sits there. If you ever move this bishop out of the way, there may be even ideas of, yeah, actually, that wouldn't be a bad idea, of like f6. Anytime this bishop moves, f6 is going to be a huge resource here. I think I want to start with h4. I have to watch out for any attacks. Ooh, that's one thing. He's being attacked on the flank. He can strike back in the center. So I think d5 is probably a good move there. So h4, d5, let's look at it. His idea is obviously just takes, and maybe playing something like that, and then taking. Do I have an attack before then? Like h4, d5, can I play h5? D takes e4. Maybe just d takes e4 back. Maybe there's c5. Do I play h6? I just don't think there's anything there. Even if I get to all the way down and take this, what do I have? There's just nothing. So h4, d5, maybe I take. And maybe this is okay for me then. I mean, I can't take this pawn, but maybe there's nothing here. Maybe I can play, like, even bishop out if e4. I always have knight d4. But maybe there's a c5 push there then. I have to be a little bit careful. I actually don't know what to play because d5 is a real annoying move. I can't even just play c4. Like, obviously, takes. You can still just play d5 because you cover it so many times. So maybe, what if I just do this? What if I play a simple little, like, c6 or c3 move? And I could even take. If queen takes, you're leaving this pawn like this. This is a backwards pawn. I mean, that just looks bad. I could just come over and defend and play defense, and it's annoying to have to play defense, but it works. What if c3, d5? What if I then play knight up? No, I don't like that. I just want to get h4, h5 going. So let's just start with h4. We're going to see d5. Maybe I even just play h5, take, and then we can get some pieces out. Yeah, we see it. So let's see. Can I go e5, takes on e4, takes on e4, c5. Can I go bishop e3 there? Takes. We trade like that. That looks okay. If you come down to attack, I can always play b4 and lock myself in. That all looks okay. What if I play bishop e3 right now? Take. If push, I'm perfectly fine locking down the center. Locking down the center is great for the attacking side, who's attacking on a flank. So bishop e3, take. And if c5, then I'll be able to take, obviously. Bishop e3, there's never anything like this. So I think I'm going to start with bishop e3. Kind of probing him to lock down the position. That would be wonderful for me. I have to be a little worried about some sort of take, and eventually taking again on e4, and then moving your bishop out the way, and in the future being able to push e4 yourself, and then take on b2. So I have to be a little bit worried about that. We get c5 right away. So I can take c5, and then obviously you'll have take, and it's the same position we were looking at. And then you've got just this pawn here. I can lock myself in with b4. That looks all right for me. I can even bring my bishop or my rook over to d1 if I want to. Rook d1, and then it's attacking this way. This pawn's a little weak though, so what about, yeah, if bishop takes, take. And maybe I start with rook d1. If here, b4, can you take here? Yeah, because this doesn't work because rook takes. So maybe I'd have to start with, like, moving the knight out of the way somewhere. But can I just take on d5? After queen takes... Is there anything? No, I kind of want to remove this pawn. I'm going to take on c5. I think taking on c5 just looks nice. We do get takes. I don't need to take back. Like, what if I play something like knight g5? Actually, what if takes, and then knight g5? Oh, maybe just takes here. Yeah, and then you're really getting into my position here. So what if knight g5 right away? Obviously, if h6, I just take on e4. And then we have won a pawn. So knight g5, if you take on d3, rook d1, there's maybe that move, which is locking everything in. So maybe knight g5, takes on d3, queen takes on d3, and then you're getting in as well. Hmm. I may have made a bit of a mistake here. Yeah, not liking my position right now. Well, no, wait, hang on. My queen opens up. Knight g5 takes on d3, queen takes on d3. Or even just knight g5 takes on d3, pawn takes on d3. It would be fine. h6, I can still come back to e4. I like that. I'm liking the looks of that. I didn't realize my queen covers the square as well, so we're okay. He's still got 10 minutes on the clock. This is insane. Now, is it queen takes or pawn takes? I think just pawn takes. It ruins my pawn structure, but I'd rather have a ruined pawn structure with queens still on the board. And obviously, I want to protect this knight, so... Oh, I didn't even realize he would have won a pawn there if I took with a queen. You can take, take, and take. So now I'm looking to play knight e4. I mean, it leaves my h4 pawn, but what can you do, right? So he's threatening mate. He's also threatening the bishop. But my queen covers mate, so I can just play b4 here, lock down. Okay, let's see. I mean, is he gonna play some sort of like maybe rook a1 or rook a8? I suppose I could play rook d1, but which rook? That's actually a good question. Maybe rook fd1, because then I can bring my a rook to the c file. That doesn't look bad. If I play this, is he gonna have some queen b3 attacking my pawn down here? And maybe I can bring the bishop back though, or not the bishop, the queen. But then he can take with his rook. Tough positions. I mean, do I just play knight e4? Blocks out everything here. If takes, I just have this free bishop. If you just oh, and you can't even take here now. Hang on. Wait, this looks kind of nice. Knight e4. I mean, you can just come defend like this. You defend the bishop, but that it kind of is making him back up. It's the first time this game I'm making him back up. Because obviously if you take here, it's a free bishop because this is pinned. If you just move your bishop out of the way, f6 is crushing because it's threatening mate. It's also threatening the bishop. And if the bishop comes back here or something, I can always take it with my bishop. Even right here, I could always just take it and then play f6, then you're threatening the rook and the mate. So that all looks good. So he has to protect the bishop somehow. Only way he can do that is right there, yep. And now I just want to take. I mean, this all looks fine for me. Right? Is that the best move, though? That is the question. Always. Could also repeat, but I don't think my knight's doing anything of value, really, so... We're just going to take there, and I kind of want to play h5, h6. Is that a crazy move? I don't know. Or can I just move my queen up this way? Nope, just takes, takes, and you take here. Let's play rook fd1, just preemptively defending this pawn. I mean, if you want to push and take on b2, that's fine. This pawn's never doing anything, honestly. Or I can actually even lock this down. Okay, he takes on f5. Kind of forgot about that. But now my rook's more opened up, potentially. Obviously, if you play rook f1 right now, he just takes. So that's not an option. Could attack this rook and then come back. Can also maybe do something like this and trade queens, but that's just not looking good. Maybe I come down here and try and trade queens. Maybe I take like this. It's an option. Yeah, maybe I just trade off the pawns in the middle of the board. Take here with my bishop. We're threatening mate. He can't just defend it, obviously, with his queen, because takes. Oh, he's gonna push. That just doesn't seem right to me. Now I do have rook f1 coming back over, because he can't take the pawn anymore. Yeah, you can bring your queen over, but what does that do, right? There's this, but then there's mate threats. Maybe I bring the other rook over to e1. He's never moving his bishop from this b7 square unless I force him to, so I'm not going to be able to take this a6 pawn. That was kind of another reason I didn't want to move my rook over from here. But let's see. I mean, there's maybe, like, can I just take this? No, then rook takes, and after queen takes, there's a mate. But like, what if rook comes up and attacks? What do you have here? How do you defend this pawn? I don't see a way for him to defend it. Yeah, we're just gonna take this pawn here. Queen defends mate. Ooh, that does work. Except it doesn't because there's mate. And he resigns. Okay, we realize at the same time. Oh my gosh, I almost messed that up. I almost didn't see that. That could have been so bad. Let's go through the analysis real quick. All right, yeah, so obviously there's a mate in two. So what do we have from the beginning of this game? Okay, so I played f4 right away. I don't know. That is actually the top move played by... you can see it all. I was going to move my face cam, but you guys can see it. This is the top move played by Lichess users 36% of the time is f4. And we just got a normal game here. f5, top engine move. Not the top played move at all. Castles always is, but f5 is good here. And I should always play a4 to get my bishop out. Okay, that's fine. This was an idea, but like him take... Yeah, okay. So there's only been a few moves that were played here. So this is... Oh, wait. Oh, it was Black's move. I thought it was my move. I was like, we're about to get a novelty. So this is where we entered new territory where no games are found anymore. And now we got to figure out how to play on our own. So h4, not a bad move. Okay, I'm surprised it doesn't give me like inaccuracy or anything with h4. So it wanted bishop e3 right away, but h4 is fine. Bishop e3 here, maybe not the best move, but not terrible. Somehow c5, best move, he is finding it. I'm surprised he found that. And then I shouldn't have taken. And I kind of realized after he took here, I was like, oh shoot, I'm not doing too hot because I'm gonna have double isolated pawns here. But it ends up working out. So he does allow me to get playing knight e4 right away. It's the same thing that I get later, right on the next move, but it defends the bishop as well. So I could have played that right away, but we do get here. And I shouldn't have taken, I should have put my rook. Ooh, actually, yeah, what does he do after I play rook c1? I wanted him to take this for a second. There's no way this is fine. Sack the exchange. That would have been wild. Now, obviously, you'd play something like... if I were him, I would play something like this, but then it's like almost mate. Wow. Because you have to move the king out of the... Wow, yeah. So if you play something like this, I mean, there's just bishop here and you win the exchange. If I found rook c1, I'm essentially at least winning an exchange. So unfortunately, I did not find that. And we just get into... And this is just... What am I doing? Just hanging my f-pawn is not the way to go. I'm like, all right, well, let's complicate things. He pushes, which I thought he should have taken. And I was like, all right, we'll get something here. Like, maybe there's... Okay, it actually would have been bad for him to take, but... Yeah, he played a better way, according to the engine, but it ends up not working out here. So yeah, rook f3 is the best move. There's no way to defend this pawn, according to the engine. It's equal, so that must mean there's no way. F5's the top engine move, whatever I would have taken here and lost the game because of this. Yeah, okay, makes sense. I totally would have missed that too. If he had played f5 or 4, there's no chance I was seeing that in a million years. But he just, instead of trading rooks, which would have left me in a slightly worse endgame probably with these double isolated pawns, but it is opposite colored bishops, so we probably end up in a draw. Instead of that, he just plays rook g6 and hangs a mate and 2 on the back rank here and resigns. So we get a win in game number 1. Let's go on to game number 2. All right, here we are in game number 2 here, officially over 2100 now. Ooh, and we're going to get a French. I have loved playing against the French recently because I play this new fun variation where I play, where I basically play a Grand Prix but against the French. So they're going to play c5. That's just their normal moves. This is all engine lines so far. I like playing this bishop e5 and trading the bishop off. Not exactly the top engine way to play it, but it's the way I like to play it, so too bad. I'm going to go ahead and castle. I know d4 is the best move, but I don't like playing d4 in the Grand Prix or in the French. I don't really like playing d4. I just don't like opening up things when my king's exposed by playing f4 earlier and everything. It just doesn't ever work out for me. Now, maybe it's hard to get my bishop out here. Okay, fine. But I think it'll be okay for us. Kind of want to play b3. I don't know if this is the right way to play this, but kind of it locks down on the c4 square. sort of prevents him from playing c4 unless he plays b5, which he already wants to play b5, so maybe I shouldn't play b3. But it is definitely an idea. Obviously, it makes my knight a little weak as well, so maybe some queen a5 stuff. But queen e1, queen g3, still always an option, especially with him locking out his bishop. I mean, he's going to try to reroute over to g5. Is there ever a world where on knight g5 I play g4 and we go for this knight d4 trade and I try to win this pawn? I kind of like that, and I'm going to do it this way, I think. Queen e1. I think this is what we're going to get. Queen e1, knight f5, g4, knight d4, knight takes d4, pawn takes d4. Then we get like knight e2, and maybe bishop comes to defend. We get queen f2. If queen comes to defend, you've got everybody defending. Okay, fine. I mean, I can play some b3 here and be okay. And then I can get my bishop out this way, and there's no way for him to defend this. So I'm going to win this pawn if he does go for that variation. I got a lot of arrows on the board. He doesn't have to do that. I mean, he can play like d4 right now if he wants to. That'd be great for me, though. He should not play d4. Reason he really shouldn't play d4 is d4, knight e4. A lot of people will play something like knight f5 to defend this square twice. g4 just shuts everything down. Your only moves are here and back, and that wouldn't work out for you. So, oh, wow. h5. I think his idea is he doesn't like this whole g4 variation, so I think he's trying to stop me from playing it. What if I play queen h4 here and say I'm going to play it anyway? Queen h4, knight f5, g4. If takes, I take. If bishop b2, though, bishop b7. Yeah, let's see. Queen h4, knight f5, g4, bishop b7. Can I play knight g5 there? Oh, hang on. If I play queen h4, knight f5, my queen's hanging. Careful. I don't want to play h3, g4. That opens things up too much when he's not castled over here. All right, so let's go ahead and maybe, do I want to start with a4 just to stop him from playing b5? a4, knight f5. He's going for bishop b7 castles, so can I prevent that at all? Knight g5 doesn't really do anything. I mean, I could play knight h4 right now. And if you just go back, that's fine with me. I always have the knight or queen g3 ideas. And, ooh, actually, and I'd have f5 ideas. Because rook defends as well. Like knight h4, you can't play knight f5 because takes. You could, but then I can take here, and it's just not looking good. I really like knight h4. Knight h4, knight g6, I would just take. Makes the f file weak. Knight h4, knight f6, or knight c6, I should say. My queen defends the knight, so that's fine. So maybe I just play f5 then. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with knight h4. I guess knight h4, knight c6, f5. If bishop e7, ooh, then there's f6. Pawn takes, bishop takes. Can I sack the exchange? That's maybe too far. Maybe not that. But there's definitely some tricks here that I could potentially see myself getting into. There's also, we gotta keep in mind, this queen's not defending this pawn here. So I could leave my pawn on f5, like let's say knight c6, f5, bishop e7. Let's say, okay, I don't like any of these ideas. Let's go back to knight f3. Takes, I can always take. And then we're fine there. There's a lot to look at. This is where Rapid becomes a little bit difficult. Oops, sorry, I smacked my mic. This is where Rapid's a little bit difficult, though. Like, if this was a classical game, I would really go through these variations for probably 10, 20 minutes. I mean, this is a critical moment of the game where if you, like, I had to choose a plan here. So my queen e1 plan, obviously, to stop any sort of knight f5 nonsense. And then he's got h5, which reopens it. So then I've got to think, okay, do I care about knight f5? And if I do, how am I going to stop it? And if I don't care about it, then what do? I'm choosing a plan for the game. My other ideas were a4 to stop any sort of b5 nonsense, Wow, and he's just going ahead with stopping any sort of funny business over here. Yeah, he really, I think, wants to play knight f5. I think he wants to play it and then open up the g file. Do I care? His bishop's not getting in the game here. If he tries to do this, I just block it up with knight e4. Oh, no, I don't, because there'd be a pawn here. Really just a game of who's gonna give up first. Kind of want to play a4, a5. It's just always nice to stop any sort of b5 nonsense. You'd have takes, takes, and takes, takes, and actually it doesn't stop it, though. But it would be better for us both to have open files. Oh, maybe it wouldn't. I don't know. Yeah, maybe a4 is not the play. Like, I was about ready to just play a4 here, but maybe I start with bishop d2. Just get my bishop out because I want... If my rooks were connected, if I had a queen out or a bishop out, a4 is 100% the move because after b5, takes, takes. I don't have to take. I can play like bishop up or queen up, whichever one wasn't up. Make sure the rooks are connected, and then if he ever takes, I can take back. But right now, I'm not sure that I want to do any of this because after a4, b5, take, take. I mean, I can move my bishop up, but then he can take and my queen's coming over here, and now my knight's not defended. There actually are some knight c6 stuff. I don't really like that. So maybe I do just start with bishop d2. There's also, if I don't want him to play b5, I can play queen f2 here maybe. Queen f2, he's got to worry about this pawn, so maybe he plays knight f5 now. And then take, take, and okay, this pawn's now no longer a problem, so I can play a4. And then I can always play bishop d2 if I need to. I just have to be a little careful with my queen being on the same line as my king there, but we're in a rapid game, so hopefully I wouldn't forget. I think that maybe actually works out very nicely here. I'm going to start with queen f2. If he plays knight c6, obviously I don't have f5 anymore, but it's still looking all right for me. Question I have is where is he going to castle? Because if he wants to castle long, I mean, this h5, g6 stuff, kind of like that for me, especially with my dark squared bishop. Because he's blocking up all the light squares, but the dark squares are really opened up here. So that would be really nice for me. I mean, just envisioning getting a bishop up to obviously... they don't let me draw arrows like this? Chess.com would. Anyway, just envisioning getting a bishop like up to f6 here, queen over to h6, and getting a queen over to g7 mate. Ideas. Or is his plan to play bishop g7? I didn't even think about that. But that could be his plan, play bishop g7 and castle. Ooh. Well, that all but confirms that knight f5 is his move he's going for. I can't actually take this pawn, funny enough. If I take knight f5 and I've got it, like if I take here, if my queen gets taken, or if I move my queen back to defend the knight, he's got two attackers on it. So I actually can't do that. Okay. I want to move this knight. Like, can I play some sort of knight e2? Is that fine? I want to put it up to e4, but maybe this is the way I have to do it. Because I want to get my bishop out, and I think this is the best way to get my bishop out. If he plays d4, that seems good for me. I like that for me, so I want to provoke it by putting my bishop on e3 and then coming back to d2. But maybe it's good for him, and maybe he's going to play it anyway, especially with his bishop here now. So maybe I do just play a4. Maybe now's the time I have to play a4. It's the last chance. And if we get this, we can trade and then play bishop d2. I think we're going to go for that. I do have to be a little bit mindful of my time, only having a little over 3 minutes left. And there he goes for the knight f5. So I have two options, knight f3 and takes on f5. Takes on f5, he's 100% taking with the g-pawn and trying to play for something here, especially with his bishop opening up now. I see, I see. So maybe... Oh, maybe I don't need to... Yeah, this is making me rethink things. Because I really don't want to get in trouble over here. But if yeah, I can't lock things up because if I take, there's a pawn here preventing me from playing knight e4 ever. So maybe I need to play knight f3. If g takes, how do I prevent him from doing stuff? Because I can't play g3 either because there's just h4. Can I play h4 myself though and then g3? That's really weak. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and play knight f3. Not what I wanted to play, but you have to improvise sometimes. Should have thought about that a little bit more, I think. But now there is the option of knight e4 always. So I'm going to go ahead and just play knight or bishop d2, just get myself out here. If he goes for this trade, I will trade there because that's not opening any files. If he just goes for a simple push of g5, which is an option even though it sacks a pawn, you're opening stuff up. Wow. Is he just running his king over? I mean, that's an idea. I want to play h3, but it's really weakening. Ah, h5. It's never a bad idea just to lock down the position here. Also opens up some sort of maybe knight a4. Knight a4 takes. That'd be fine because it removes an attacker. Let's do it. Have to be a little bit mindful of this c2 pawn. Like, there's ideas for sure of maybe some kind of rook c8, knight d4, trade, and take on on c2. But I always also have maybe something like c3 here. If I need to play a waiting move ever, I can play king h1, just getting my queen and king off of the line of each other. That looks okay. I need to start playing faster though too. So maybe I do just play king h1 next. Okay, we can move my rook back. That's fine. That doesn't change anything here. He's attacking the b pawn. Maybe we can just do this. b3 looks completely fine. If he wants to push, be my guest, I guess. Yeah. Maybe there's something like this. If here... Ooh, no, that doesn't look good. This doesn't look great. Maybe... Does he just have c-pawn push here? c4. Maybe I have to give up a pawn. Maybe I just have to play c4, knight d4. If bishop here, I can take with check and then block my bishop. And he's getting a pawn, but maybe that's okay. So maybe I would take once and then let him get this pawn because we're really opening things up here. And if I can get my rooks down here first, using his queen as leverage, it's actually not a bad idea. Oh, but I can't play knight d4. So maybe I'd have to take and then play king h1. Just get myself fully away. Ooh, okay. Now this is interesting because I kind of want to play c4. If takes, that'd be great. But c4, there's just takes on b3. And after rook b1, there's takes on d3. Yeah, it just doesn't work out. So let's maybe play king h1. I do still like taking and playing like rook b1. And I can play this rook to b1 because this bishop covers this pawn. Okay. Everything's looking okay. I have to be careful of this as well. Yep, there it is. I was just gonna say, I have to be a little bit careful here just in case he pushes this pawn. The thing is, though, can I just move my rook over to, like, c1? Or even the d file? Or e file, I mean? Is this fine? Just allows me to cover up a little bit. No, mate. Or no, wait. No, mate. Now let's move over to the d file. I want to be able to watch this when things open. So let's see, like, c4 here. takes, takes. And then we can move the bishop out of the way, and we've got an open file here. That's what I'm envisioning. Kind of opening up the B and D files. C file hopefully can stay kind of closed, semi-closed, I guess, because my pawn will be here, but his won't. But we might not see c5 here. I'm not actually quite sure what he's going to play. If he does play this check, I just move my king out of the way. It's completely fine. But yeah, I'm really getting attacked here. And this is showing off, like, my biggest weakness, I think, as a chess player is getting attacked, especially with pawns. Just not good at defending. Do we have anything like that? No, I don't think so. Can I just push my bishop over? This looks okay. Maybe not, though. Maybe I need to play... Can I play bishop e1? Bishop e1, kind of targeting over here. Move the queen out of the way. Doesn't look terrible. I have no idea what he's going to try to do, because I don't see his win here. I think he's better, but I just don't see where. Let's take once and then try and push d4. And this looks okay. Maybe he has... Does he have knight g3, knight e4? Yeah, but does it do anything? I don't think so. I hope not. Can I play queen e2? Take, or knight g3 takes, king g1. That's so scary. Rook h2 and then rook h8. Oh, but I'd have... I would have this. King h1, if rook h2, I'd have bishop takes g3. So, oh, and also I would have knight takes on h2, so he couldn't play knight h2. Or rook h2, but he could bring his rook down, like maybe even just doubling up this way and then giving a check. But my queen would be on e2, and so I could even just like take my bishop and move my king up to f2. And is my king safe there on f2 then? Maybe. I actually think it's not as bad as it sort of seems in that position. Can I just play knight g5? Knight g5 looks nice. If he just moves right back, that's fine. What if I play c3 first, just to hold everything together? Is he looking at something like this, maybe? Knight g5 takes. That just looks fine, but let's do this first. Yeah, this is where I wish I just had a little bit more time, but he has a massive attack, but I don't know if it leads to anything. Now, I didn't see that he just wins that pawn, to be fair. But I kind of like that it opens up everything over here. If he just goes right back, I'm playing knight g5 instantly. Knight g5, is there ever... No, I just take that. And then knight takes here. Yeah, that'd be fine. I mean, you'd have like rook takes, but I can take the pawn then. So I'm always getting myself out. Okay. Ooh. That's scary. What the heck? Can I play h3? h3, it's the time. It's time to play it. Oh, I can move over even, or I can even move up there, but maybe that's not needed. And let's just get the knight coming on up. Let's get the knight up here. He has this check, but that's just a repetition. And he's up like 2 minutes, so he's up 2 minutes and a pawn. If I were him, I would play this out, so I am preparing myself to play this out. But if there's a repetition, I will take it. I don't really have a choice. I mean, if he gives this check and I want to try for f1, there's this check again, and then I could try this way, but it just looks like that's bad for me. So if he does go for the knight check, I'm just moving over. If he ever tries to keep pushing, I can always just block it with my knight. And really that's what I'm looking for, is putting my knight up to g4 here. Trying to block things off. I'm, yeah, really trying hard to defend here. C3 was just a mistake, I think. I think I should have just played knight g5 right away. Obviously defending this pawn, but I don't know why I played that. That was really dumb. Yeah. I mean, did I have knight g5 there ever? No, I didn't have knight g5 because takes I wouldn't be able to take back because my king was on h1. Okay. Don't move when I'm taking a sip of water. Thank you. I think he's going to use all his time here. He knows he has a repetition, so I think he's looking for a win. And if he doesn't spot it, he's just going to go for the repetition. Ooh, he wants to trade queens with me. I don't think I want to. I think I want to play knight g5 here. I mean, we can trade, but there is this move, but I just move back. And if we trade, that's fine. Could even move over if I wanted to. Okay. Let's not hang anything. That hangs a pawn. Let's go pawn hunting. Is he gonna play this? Probably. Do I care? Probably not. Yeah, because after takes, okay, yeah. We're fine. Could double up, or I'm gonna play rook a1 here. Just defending my pawn. If he brings his bishop back, eh. Ooh, I can also play knight e4 here. Knight e4 and then knight or rook b1, and he's got to play defense. Doesn't look terrible. Maybe I start. No, but I can't do that. You gotta remember, I'm gonna hang the c3 pawn because he played c3 like an idiot. I mean, now it's okay because otherwise he'd have some sort of problem causing stuff here. What is he gonna play? If he does play that, we're just fine. Now he's the one that's down on time. I mean, now if he gives this knight check, I'll just move over. If he comes back, I'll just move up even. I might have ideas of bringing my king up. It's not exactly out of the realm of possibility. Maybe rerouting my knight this way. Ooh. Wow. If take, I play rook b1. That looks okay. He pushes, but I have this. He pushes, but I have this. He pushes, but I have this. Okay, he just brings the knight around. Do I have... Nope. Let's just defend my pawn. We're still defending the square, so I can come over. Shoot. Oh, he has this next move. Oh, that's fine. Maybe I play something like this. Trying to get a trade. Playing for tricks now. Oh no. I'm gonna lose an exchange. Ah. Well, maybe it's not the end of the world. Yeah, after takes I have to take. Gotta win this pawn somehow though. Okay, well he's giving me the pawn, that's nice. Need you to move right here. Move your knight here and be like, ah, sacked my knight, but then you sack rook too. Alright, so I'm down an exchange and a pawn, but I have pawns where his all are, so there are definitely ways to go about defending. It's not the easiest thing in the world, but it is possible, which is all we need. Let's go here. Don't want him to get an easy fork. Let's just attack the rook. See what happens. Maybe I can go for something like this. I mean, he can't play rook over to attack any of my pawns right now, actually. But he could play rook over here. And then bishop up. Looks fine. Yeah, and then what do? Ah, there is this move. Which is slightly annoying. Maybe I just let him go take a pawn. Okay. He doesn't want it, but he's going to allow me to attack here. There's no way you play, like, this kind of defense, right? There's no way. Oh my gosh, there is a way. Let me go just hunt this pawn down. I mean, this is my biggest asset right now. If I can somehow get things working, that would be awesome. Ah, he just comes down with the rook, trying to stop everything. My bishop defends it all, though. Maybe there's this. That doesn't look good. I shouldn't have played. This is like the one move I couldn't play as king there. Okay, it's fine. Let's just repeat the position. If he brings his king back up, is there ever a world where I'm mating him here? It's so close, but it's not quite mate. Let's just start bringing the king up again. We can see what happens. He's only got 10 seconds left. So this is another thing you have to use is the clock. It is a weapon. It is an asset. Let's go attack this pawn. If he comes down, oh, nope, that is bad. Let's see. Can attack the rook this way and then bring my bishop up over here. Okay, that's fine. I can bring my bishop up this way and kind of look for this pawn. Okay, not anymore. Let's bring my knight back around. Again, it's brutally close to mate. But not quite. We're never quite there. Okay. We're going to win this h4 pawn. Just helpful to take away squares from him here. I have to be careful, though. I'm almost hanging a knight in these variations right now. I guess moving here is fine. Always ideas of knight f6. Get out of any danger. There's also ideas of like rook c1, king b6. If king here, I maybe have something like this, but it doesn't work right now. He has very little time. Let's just take a pawn. He takes a pawn as well. I will attack the rook just to do something. He pushes my king back. He can push my king far away. Okay, and he just gets he gets a bishop there. I can't let him take my knight. Yeah, this is just bad. All right, well, if I didn't give up that bishop, it's probably gonna end up in a draw, but I do give up the bishop, unfortunately, so we are gonna probably lose this one. He's back up to 30 seconds already. Yeah, this one's all but over. Oh, man. All right, and I will just speed up till the time that we are ending this game. All right, and there is mate. I want to go through this one because I think that was a very strong game from both of us for quite some time until obviously we got into some trouble. So it actually does say d3 is the best move here. I like to play d4 in these positions, but I guess d3 is okay. And knight h4 is the right plan. So spending all that time did work out for me. I played the right plan here. Wow, it wants me to play bishop e3. Oh, because there's mate ideas if he pushes. Oh my goodness, yeah, I did not notice that. So if he just takes my bishop, it's mate either on d6 or f6 here. Wow. Okay, I'll have to remember that for the future if we get similar ideas again. But I obviously missed that. A4 is the correct move here. Like I said, it's time. I have to play it. And I should be taking. I really didn't like this. I didn't see a way to stop. Oh, that's the way you can stop everything. I suppose. After takes, yeah, it doesn't want me to take. Because this is what I looked at. But there is B4. Which, this just looks terrible. But I guess it's fine. It looks so bad, though. I'm never playing that in an actual game. So it wants me to take. A5 maybe not the right move, but not bad, actually. Always a good idea. This is a fine trade. Black's always slightly better here. It wants me to double up on the A file, which doesn't make any sense to me. I'm never doing that. And this is fine. King H1 was not fine. And I was running out of time here, so this is where it was getting a little bit tricky. Like, I had 2 minutes left when I played this. It wants me to just play bishop c6 and accept this, which I thought looked crazy. But there's always d4. True. True. I didn't think about that. So I play king h1 and bishop e1 is fine. All of this, black is just slightly better. d4 is the correct move. c3 is the correct move, even though I did not think so, because obviously I hung a piece or a bishop or a pawn there. This is so bad. It's just because of h3. Oh, because my pawn is pinned here. What even? Wow, it's just terrible. It's -4 here. It's probably a line that's kind of hard to see, but I guess just, yeah, you're just getting destroyed here. So good thing I didn't play that. Good thing I played c3. This is the right move. And this is all right. h3 at the right moment. Okay. And I'm playing all best moves here pretty much. And then where did I go wrong? Here. Wow. So he had the right idea here. I should have taken, but doubling up probably would have worked out better for me because I wouldn't have fallen into this trap of playing rook b1, which is just a bad move because of this whole idea, which I did not realize during the game. I mean, it was a lot worse than I was initially thinking. I had the one trick here where it's not even working. Wow, because there's just this, and after takes, you're just winning as black because you're winning this pawn as well. Wow. So actually my entire whole trick idea didn't work, but I think we were starting to come back. I think I got to a point. Okay, maybe it was never okay. Was it always worse? Okay, it was always worse. But it wasn't terrible. I did have some chances. He played phenomenally. I mean, I kind of want to check the game review here. What does the computer analysis say? Might take a second. Oh, suppose I should scroll up so you guys can actually see everything. But yeah, he played phenomenally. I mean, just a great game overall. Yeah, but that's episode 1 of The Climb. I mean, we're up to, what are we, 2101. So we are up like 4 points. So I was like 2090 something, and now I'm 2101. So I am up to 2100 now, which is awesome. Let's reload this page and see if we can get the Stockfish analysis. It's saying my opponent played at 95% and I played at 91. I mean, that's just incredible. Yeah, I had maybe one chance here after knight f5 where I can take, but otherwise he was better the whole game. This is the last point where I was better. And then the line that I play with bishop b5 is not the correct line, obviously, according to the engine, but crazy stuff. Anyways, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what else you want to see as part of The Climb. I've thought of doing just game sessions where I just play, and then like I just play on my own, and then I just go through the game review for videos. So if you want to see that, we could do that as well. But let me know what you guys want to see. And I'm finally back from vacation, so let me know what other videos you guys want to see. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.